So I'm in Denmark. It's the first time in Denmark. I just got off the train at Hillerod, getting on in central Copenhagen, and the plan today is to check out the 17th century castle, Frederiksborg Castle. It's quite a big place, so we're going to have a look around the grounds and hopefully have a look inside. It's pretty peaceful around here. There's not many people, so it might not be that packed. We'll see how it goes. The train journey from central Copenhagen to Hillerod takes about 40 minutes. From Hillerod station you can make the 20-minute scenic signposted walk to Frederiksborg Castle or take the 301 or 302 bus. I took the scenic walk option, which takes you along the banks of Castle Lake. Frederiksborg Castle is situated on 3 small islets on Castle Lake. So we're just arriving at the entrance to the Frederiksborg Castle. It's a little bit more busy with tourists now. Still not crawling with people. The castle had a serious fire in 1859, but was rebuilt on the basis of old plans and paintings. Once fully restored, it was reopened to the public as the Danish Museum of Natural History in 1882. We will take a look around the interior of the castle and the museum shortly. This is the Neptune Fountain, designed by Adrian de Vries, and is considered to be the castle's sculptural masterpiece. It was created from 1620 to 1622 to stand on the castle's forecourt, symbolising Denmark's position as a leading Nordic power in the early 17th century. £110 for adults. Looks and sounds as though there's some construction work. They made like a big blanket or covering, which looks like what the castle would look like behind. Quite cool. So I guess we'll have a look inside the castle first. Hopefully it doesn't rain. It looks a bit overcast, but it's not going to rain in the castle, but it might when I have a look around the grounds later. So some stairs just to the left as you enter the museum, and I guess this is where it starts, but so as luck would have it, it seems though I'm behind a crowd of people who are on a sort of a tour. Here's the inside of the church. Looks pretty ornate. The chapel was consecrated in 1617. It is the best preserved part of the Renaissance complex, having largely escaped damage in the 1859 fire. Frederiksborg Castle Chapel holds its original decoration dating back to King Christian IV. The gold, silver and ebony altarpiece dates back to 1606 and was the work of the Hamburg goldsmith Jacob Morris. During the period of 1660 to 1848, Danish kings were anointed in the castle chapel. We are now approaching the King's Oratory, where the artwork here dates back to around 1870. Must be a cool room. Some nice paintings. We will now take a look at just some of the highlights of the castle's extensive number of rooms. This is the Valdemar Room. The theme of the paintings and objects in here is the Middle Ages. During Christian IV's time, it was one of the king's private living rooms. Now we are in the room of the first Oldenburg kings. The first king of the House of Oldenburg was Christian I, who reigned from 1448 to 1481. This room displays portraits of Christian IV and his family. Christian IV reigned from 1588 to 1648, and the paintings in this room mainly date back from the first half of his reign. In this room are the history paintings of Christian IV. As well as portraits dating back to his reign, there are 19th century paintings depicting his life. In here we have a mirror to get a better view of the painting on the ceiling. This room represents the House of Glücksburg. Following the death of Frederik VII in 1863, the throne was passed to the Glücksburg line of the royal family. The first king of the Glücksburg line was Christian IX. In here the painting's theme is the Danish War of 1864, also known as the Second Schleswig War. This was a conflict between Denmark and an alliance of Prussia and Austria. This room holds paintings of the conflict between Denmark and Germany, which took place between 1848 and 1850. It holds many paintings of war heroes from the 3 Years' War in which Denmark was victorious. We now move into a room that depicts various politicians around the time of the signing of the Constitution on the 5th of June 1849. The large painting we see here now is by Constantin Hansen, depicting the initial meeting of the Danish Constituent Assembly on the 23rd of October 1848. This room features portraits of poets and artists from the final flourish of the Danish Golden Age in the mid-19th century. Here we see portraits and paintings from Christian VIII's reign from 1839 to 1848. This room is home to 2 large portraits of Frederick V, who reigned from 1746 to 1766. We then move into the age of Christian VI, who reigned from 1730 to 1746. In here we see examples of Baroque Splendour of the early 1700s. Tapestries depicting Alexander the Great entering Babylon and the battle against the King Darius of Persia adorn the walls. The theme of this room is Frederick III and the start of the absolute monarchy as a result of the 1660 constitution. We now enter the Angels' Hall where the decor dates from after the 1859 fire. Here is the room that houses the Gottorf Globe, a curiosity from Gottorf Castle made in the 1650s. Now we enter perhaps the most magnificent room in the old castle, the Great Hall. Much of the Great Hall was destroyed by the 1859 fire, but was almost fully restored thanks to architectural paintings made by Henry Kenton and F.C. Lund. On the third floor of the castle are rooms with art that depict from the 20th century up into the modern day. The subjects range from politics, literature, war, culture and more. Now we walk down the Privy Passage towards the Audience Hall. A picture gallery adorns the wall on either side. We now enter the Audience Hall, the oldest preserved Baroque room in Denmark, having escaped damage from the 1859 fire. The hall was completed in 1689. So that was the inside of Frederiksborg Castle near Copenhagen. We're going to have a look around the grounds now. I'd just started to explore the gardens when the heavens opened, so it was a quick dash back to shelter. The rain lasted for a good 20 minutes. So after that bit of a break from that torrential rain and the thunderstorm, we're back out into the gardens, and it's quite bright again now. So hopefully that's the rain passed over. We shall now explore the peaceful gardens and obtain more views and angles of the impressive Frederiksborg Castle. Here we approach the Bathhouse Hunting Lodge dating back to 1581. And that was Frederiksborg Castle, Denmark.